Dear students, the whole globe today is in the midst of one of the worst ever crises of civilization due to corona pandemic, which has been sweeping almost all the parts of our world today. As you all know, that there is no region today which has not been devastated by this most difficult pandemic in the history of civilization. During this period, almost the whole world is also under lockdown condition. Country after country, they have been extending the period of lockdown, and it is very important to understand for all of us that this lockdown period is extremely important for the containment of the disease. And as you all know that in India also, we have got almost now at this point of time 20,000 corona positive cases. And at this phase, we have entered a situation where the total number of cases will keep on increasing in the days to come. So, my dear friends, my first advice is please keep the government orders in mind and follow strictly the rules which have been suggested by the government of India and the government of West Bengal. That means please maintain the lockdown condition. At this point of time, I would also like to tell you that I'm sure that many of you must be feeling a bit let down. So many students, many amongst you may be feeling that in these lockdown days, you may be having a feeling of uncertainty, you may be having a feeling of fear for a very unclear future. Dear students, my second suggestion is don't be pessimistic. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and prepare a mind where there should not be any fear, because you should remember that tomorrow it will be very sunny, very bright, and tomorrow we will have a situation where the whole society, civilization, and science and technology will progress by leaps and bounds. This is only a very transient phase. With this background in mind, let me tell you one thing that, in my opinion, the solution to the current epidemic problem and the problems that the whole globe is going to face in the coming days can be solved by science and technology, and only by science and technology. This is one thing I have been telling in almost all the media, in almost all the forums, that without the use of science and technology, we will not be able to move even an iota for the solution of the problems of healthcare, environment, energy, materials, transportation, whatever you say, and most importantly, the business. Now, in this background, I can tell you that we started this institute, the JIS group started this institute of JIS Institute of Advanced Studies and Research just about a year back. We knew that the solutions of the problems tomorrow will lie in the diverse areas, and the most important of that will be the health science and technology. So we started our institute, which is under JIS University, with three centers to start with. One is the Center for Health Science and Technology. One is the Center for Data Science, which is another very important area and which will be very effectively used for the solution of many of the major problems of the globe. And the third center is Center for Interdisciplinary Sciences, where we have started different types of activities related to, for example, the material, sensor, etc. development. Now, from JIS Institute of Advanced Studies and Research, I have got certain announcements to make. Number one is during this period, many of you are undergoing classes now in almost all the academic institutions and universities throughout the globe. We are organizing online classes, which is very important. Although you are not getting the advantage of doing the laboratories, which will be very important, but later on we will see that how to take care of that if this continues for maybe that couple of months more. But we would like to, to tell you that we are ready for offering internship to the students. So this is my first announcement. Internship in all these three centers of the institute. Internship means it will be in the summer. It will start from middle of May and it will continue for 2 months from middle of May around 15th of May to 15th of July. And for those students who would like to extend it, we may in specific cases consider the extension of the internship period by 1 more month. So in our Facebook and website, we are going to announce the kind of projects that our faculty members would like to provide during this period where you can do internship. Obviously, currently the internship also will be online internship till the dates the governments they declare that okay the universities are opened and then you can come to the center or to the laboratories for doing your work. Till then, it has to be online. You have to do some studies, you have to do some projects. But I can tell you one thing that you will learn a lot and do not waste this time. And we are also going to organize a number of courses. Your teachers all over the globe, they are taking classes, online classes. There are a large number of MOOCs which are available, NPTEL lectures, from where the students can get plenty of material. But this face-to-face teaching is very important, and until and unless you really understand the whole concept of the science and technology of the underlying processes, the whole concepts may not be very clear to you. So also we have decided to organize a series of webinars which already we have started, and then we will be organizing a few short-term courses on some of the most important and challenging areas of bioinformatics, of maybe that data science. Machine intelligence is so important that machine intelligence today will be useful even at this point of time in identifying the drugs. Machine intelligence is one area which has already sort of found its place in the solution of almost all the major global problems. So machine intelligence, the big data is coming in a big way because the data that you will be handling will all be not very small pieces of data, unlike yesterday's. So for solving tomorrow's problems, for example, the problems arising out of COVID-19, already huge amount of database has been generated. Now, who will do the analysis on that data? How do you predict? There may be predictive analysis. How do you predict that the mutations of the coronavirus, the novel coronavirus, will be such that this pandemic may continue for several months, for several years, or it may be repeated after a certain period of time. There are lots of areas, business which has been hit by a quite a significant way. I'm sure that with the help of big data analytics, with the help of machine intelligence, and with the help of another technology which is called as IoT, that is Internet of Things. So all the different sensors, all the devices, and all the human beings, all the hospitals, everything tomorrow will be connected with the internet. And IoT will take a major role in solving many of the problems for tomorrow. In our center, so in our data science center, we are providing the MTech computer science programs with specializations in data science, with specializations in machine intelligence, IoT, and all. And the health science and data science, they are not separated. As a matter of fact, in health science, we have got a very good group who are working on bioinformatics. Ours is possibly one of the very few institutions in the entire eastern and northeastern region where I am really very proud to say that JIS Group, the Honorable MD, he has allowed us to purchase a gene sequencing machine. So today, in COVID-19, in this pandemic era, people are finding that, okay, the sequencing of the genes and the different stains which are available throughout the globe. So this is very important. So we already had started before this COVID pandemic to do something on the different type of bacterial genomics identification, especially a lot of bacteria which are equally disturbing, and we have to very accurately know about the bacteria and the virus, their genetics, the metagenomics of the whole thing. And for that, we have procured this Illumina's. It's a very costly machine. So we were about to start using that machine, but then incidentally, just at that point of time, COVID-19 came. But then we will not stop immediately after the institute reopens. So everybody is welcome. Those of you who would be interested in learning about how this sequencing can be done. And after that sequencing, the data will be quite big, and the data needs to be analyzed. For that you will need data analytics and different data science techniques. And the third important area, tomorrow we have to develop the different types of sensors, because sensors means, suppose today, if suppose we had the sensors which could sense the different types of viruses, it is very much possible to make such sensors. The bacterial sensing, the viral sensing, the environmental sensing, sensing the different components of the blood. And these sensors, today it is the era of nanotechnology. So nanoscience and technology, it has a big role in development of such sensors. So, and now with these sensors also, we go for IoT, that is the Internet of Things. So these are very interesting and challenging problems which the globe will be using in diverse applications tomorrow. And I'm very happy that this institute will be capable of delivering or of offering such courses. Finally, we have decided to start something on 3D printing. 3D printing is so important, and for that we have to do a little bit of material science, which involves a very important part of material science is the different types of polymers, as we call it. And even such polymers can be useful for almost all the problems. Like our faculty members, they have developed the polymer based different masks today. Masks and shields. Shields are very important for the doctors. Everybody is using today, those standard cloth masks. So our faculty members, they have decided that they will be developing a thin film, and which will not be an ordinary thin film, and then they'll spray it on the mask so that it can destroy the coronavirus if it comes, because coronavirus destruction means the spike protein that it has got in its outer layer, that has to be destroyed, and also the genetic elements, the materials inside also will have to be destroyed. So tomorrow's science and technology will take a very important step and will take a very important phase. So with these ideas in mind, I can tell you one thing, that this crisis today, it is one of the worst crises that the civilization has ever has been confronted with. But then it will give you enough of challenging problems to solve for tomorrow. Because we simply cannot, science and technology cannot stop. Even in these dark days, you have seen that scientists and technologists all over the globe, they are trying their best to identify the different types of vaccines, to identify the appropriate type of medicines, so that the coronavirus can be tackled, can be contained, and all. So, science and technology cannot take rest. Incidentally, our faculty members, some students, they have been telling me for quite some time that, sir, can we come to the laboratory and do some work? For example, the kind of shield, the kind of this mask that our faculty members have thought about, or even for doing some of these sequencing machines, the machine has been installed. But I said that, look, we cannot violate the government order, and which is so important. Today, you must understand that we have to stay at home and you should not go out. Under the circumstances, especially in academic institutions, we cannot allow anybody to come to the departments. But then you will be having the opportunity to be in touch with our faculty members, with all of us, who will present to you the different types of problems to be solved and then who will give you the solution. So, with these few words, I convey my very, very best wishes to each one of you. Remember that tomorrow it is going to be a very bright day. Do not have any kind of fear, frustration, or uncertainty in mind. Remember that tomorrow will be bright. Tomorrow you will have a lot of sunny and happy days. And finally, science and technology will have its last laugh. And let us be a part of this great journey. Thank you very much.